The House of Representatives has condemned all forms of violence and persecution based on religion or belief and commiserated with victims of such attacks, irrespective of faith. It also rejected narratives portraying Nigeria's security crisis as a religious conflict or state-sponsored persecution, reaffirming the country's constitutional guarantee of freedom of religion and belief. The resolutions follow the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance sponsored by Deputy Speaker Honorable Benjamin Kalu and 358 other members on the need for a coordinated diplomatic and domestic response to the proposed Nigeria Religious Freedom Accountability Act of 2025. The bill seeks to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern and sanctions some officials under the U.S. Global Magnitsky Act. The House directed relevant committees to engage the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Nigeria's embassy in Washington to lodge a diplomatic protest and propose a joint Nigeria-US fact-finding dialogue within 21 days. It also directed the Committee on Legislative Compliance to ensure full implementation of the resolutions and report back within 28 days, while transmitting the resolution to the Presidency, security agencies, the U.S. Congress, State Department, USCIRF, the African Union, and ECOWAS.
Speaker, the House is concerned that external legislative action based on incomplete or decontextualized assessment risks undermining Nigerian sovereignty, misrepresenting facts, straining strategic relations, and unintentionally emboldening violent actors. Mindful of Nigeria's long-standing partnership with the United States as our ally, especially on counter-terrorism, human rights, democratic governance, and interfaith dialogue, the African Union's emphasis on tolerance and inclusive societies.
Contributing to the motion, lawmakers warned that the proposed U.S. bill was based on distorted information and could undermine Nigeria's sovereignty and international image. They urged the government to strengthen diplomatic engagement, appoint permanent envoys to the United States and United Nations, and enhance parliamentary diplomacy to counter external misinformation about the country's security and religious situation.
The main problem here comes from one, those who deliberately demarcate Nigeria outside the country, including Nigerians, for a variety of reasons. Two, gross misinformation deeply embedded in the nature of the American educational system. In other words, for many of the children, many of the parents, even some legislators, still look at Nigeria with the eyes of the 1950s and 60s. They do not believe that this country has matured and grown beyond this issue of ethnic contestations and disagreements and dislodgements over issues.
Like the leader canvassed that it is a deliberate attempt to damage Nigeria's image, to cause problem in this country. And because the motion presented by Mr. Deputy Speaker is investigative in nature, Mr. Speaker, I wouldn't want to dance into the arena as much. I support and I concur that this investigation should be thoroughly carried out. And our leaders in the Senate too should also do the same, so that we're on the same page.
Mr. Speaker, this is the moment that this Parliament should re-engineer its parliamentary diplomacy. We must re-engineer our parliamentary diplomacy and pursue this matter through the parliamentary process of the U.S. system. I don't know whether this country is having a lobby or lobbyist on the Capitol. It is traditional. Countries like Nigeria is a country of interest to the U.S.
Nigeria cannot afford to avoid global politics. Just like my honorable senior colleague alluded, Honorable Sada Soli, that what we are seeing here is global politics, and we cannot shy away from it. It is not enough to say we are being targeted as a country, but we must put in place the necessary machineries to fight a cause like this. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, I don't think Nigeria has an ambassador to the United States. As we speak, I don't believe Nigeria has a permanent representative to the United Nations and so many other countries.
Uche Jacinta for Eagles FM News.